Hello and welcome to the late night version of the Technique Tuesday, probably almost Wednesday. And today we're going to work with a colored vellum, where you color with the alcohol markers onto vellum, and then the inside is just a black and white version of the same. I think that's really cool. I've done several different versions trying to work out exactly how this is going to work, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and put a piece of Lagoon 4 by 5 1/4 on top of a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. I ran it through the Cuttlebug where I put the circle on the inside, closed it, and then ran it through, because on this side I have a really nice textured circle around, and I kind of like that look on the inside. It just gives it a little bit more dimension, and this is attached temporarily with some dots so that I can put the other piece inside. And I've been working with larger pieces of vellum. However, since I've gone to the smaller circle, I'm going to use smaller pieces of vellum. They come 3 sheets to a pack. And we're going to ink it up, and we just want the tail piece, and we want to carefully stamp it. That's good. And I'm going to do one more just in case, because you never know when something might mess up, and that way I'll have 2 to work with. Alright, that one, the waves weren't as good, but that's okay. Now what I'm going to do is, while I still have the stamp out and inked up, I'm going to ink up the whole stamp. And this time I want to kind of center it so that the space between the words and the tail fall on that section of that circle that was created in the Cuttlebug. And I want to try to keep it straight. That looks pretty good. And we were mermaid to be friends. I like that. Okay, I'm going to clean the stamp so it'll be ready to go in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to heat set this. I've stamped it with Archival Black, which works the best with the alcohol markers I'm going to work with. And I'm going to go ahead and heat set the other one too in case I need it. Alright, and we'll be using that again. Now we're going to start with, let's start with the Lagoon kind of color that matches the Lagoon paper, and we are going to color just under the waves. Now, I wouldn't do a lot of blending with this, with alcohol markers, because with the, close that ink, with the alcohol markers in vellum, it's not soaking in, it's sitting on top, and that is a lot of alcohol ink sitting on top of your vellum, and it can probably get real messy real quick. So we want to go quickly, just a little bit of. Now, once we heat set it, if you want to come in and do another color, you can experiment with your vellum to see what will work. You can always color on the back also if you're worried about the ink that you're using. Let's heat set that. And that's got it really good. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a little adhesive in the corners of, I'm going to take this off because, like I said, I've just got it hooked down with some temporary dot adhesive. And now while it's closed, the card's closed, I'm going to line up the vellum piece. And it doesn't matter if the vellum is crooked, because what we wanted to do was to make sure it was centered, because we're going to put this piece over the top, and there's a little indentation, so I know I want that to go up. So we'll put the adhesive, and this time I'm putting a permanent adhesive on the back, and I'm going to put it close to the circle in the center too. I put a lot more adhesive on when I do my cards than when I do my scrapbooking. So now I want to make sure that it's straight, and there you go. So now you have that cute little stamp, and then let's add a few more things to it. Let us take a little heart and add a heart on the inside. That's what I did on the first one that I did. Make sure it's dry. And then let us take our journaling pen. I like my journaling pen. Now this is an old journaling pen that close to my heart sold. We use the Le Pen now. This time I'm just going to do straighter lines, but still squiggly, because you know it makes it easier if you squiggle just a little bit. Then you don't feel like you have to be perfect like that. Just adds a little bit more dimension to your card, adding some things like that. All right, and then if you want, you could also add some stamping on the outside. If you wanted to take, there's a little outline stamp if you want to add it to the vellum, and then again heat set it. And you can have a little heart on the outside. I never do the same thing on any of the cards. So now I have 3 different versions of a cute little mermaid card, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you.